Students of class 12, good morning to you. We are in chapter number 6. Name of the chapter is Applications of Vector Algebra. And yesterday we have seen up to problem number 6. First we saw the introduction for the topic. You know vector is nothing but a vector is a quantity having both magnitude and direction. And we just recollected few formulas and definitions which we have learnt in 11th standard, and we completed 6th problem. Now we will continue with problem number 7. Prove by vector method sin a minus b is equal to sin a cos b minus cos a sin b. Same model problem we have seen in cos. That is problem number 5 and 6. If you see, it will be cos a plus b and cos a minus b. If you see clearly, you may just find a difference. There it is cos alpha plus beta, cos alpha minus beta. In place of alpha and beta, here they are giving capital A and capital B. So sin a minus b is equal to sin a cos b minus cos a sin b. Actually, this is a trigonometric formula. They are asking us to prove this trigonometric formula using vector algebra. We know very well a minus sign is present means we should draw first a unit circle should be drawn. X-axis and y-axis should be marked. O is the origin. Since minus is given, we should take 2 points P and Q on the unit circle. Both lie in the first quadrant. We should take 2 points P and Q. Both should be taken in the first quadrant if it is minus. So we are taking 2 points P and Q on the unit circle, connecting with origin, join OP, join OQ. After joining OP, the angle made by this OP with x-axis is nothing but capital A. Just see the diagram carefully. From OP to x-axis, that is called capital angle A. Then we connected OQ, and the angle made by OQ with x-axis is nothing but this line. That angle is mentioned as B, capital B. So capital A is nothing but angle made by OP with x-axis. Capital B is nothing but angle made by the line OQ with x-axis. Therefore, if I calculate this, that is arrow mark, what is this angle? From total A, we subtract B. From the total angle A, if we take B, the remaining part will be A minus B. So what is A minus B? A minus B is nothing but angle between OP and OQ. Angle between OP and OQ is nothing but A minus B. So automatically, since this is A, angle is A, the point P will become cos A sin A. Since this angle is B, the point Q becomes cos B comma sin B. So we mark 2 points P and Q. And after that we will draw perpendicular lines from P to x-axis and from Q to x-axis. They meet x-axis at L and M respectively. So this is nothing but the diagram. The name of the circle is unit circle. The reason is radius of the circle will be 1 unit. Okay. From the diagram, how to write OP vector? This we have seen already. From O to L, then L to P. So OL vector plus LP vector. What is OL? If you see the diagram, OL is nothing but x value of the point P. OL is nothing but x value of the point P. What is x value? Cos A. So this is magnitude. OL goes in x direction, therefore unit vector is I vector. So magnitude into unit vector, cos A I vector, plus LP means this is the y value of point P. So y value is sin A. So sin A, since it travels in y direction, vector is J vector, unit vector. In the same way you write OQ vector. OQ vector can be written as OM vector plus MQ vector. OM value is cos B, x value, I vector plus y value, j vector. if you see the previous sum for cost, the cost will be dealt with the dot product. You should keep this in your mind. Whenever problem is given in cost, we should solve the problem using dot product. If sign is given, we should use cross product. Cos A minus B, cos A plus B means we should use dot product. Sin A minus B, sin A plus B means we should go for cross product. So after finding OP vector and OQ vector, we are calculating OQ vector cross OP vector. If you see the previous problem, we will find out OP dot OQ dot product. Since this is sign, cross product means direction is important. First you take OQ to OP. Just remember that anti-clockwise direction. Sorry. First is OQ. So anti-clockwise direction means first OQ should come, then only OP should come. So OQ vector cross OP vector. You know very well how to find cross product using determinant. So determinant, first row is I, J, K. Second row, see what is OQ vector. Second one, OQ vector, cos Bi plus sin Bj. What is K value here? No K vector, so 0. So write the coefficients, cos B, sin B. K is not present, so 0. Similarly for OP, cos A, sin A, 0. Expand this determinant. I, if you cross multiply, only 0 will come. So for this minus symbol, minus J, again 0 will come, plus K sin A cos B minus cross multiply cos A sin B. So these two terms will not come, only this will come. So OQ cross OP is equal to, these two will be absent, K vector into this only remains, right? We will take this as equation number 1. So what we do, first we draw the diagram, find out OP, OQ, then make a cross product of OQ and OP, find out the answer and keep it as first equation, right? So after getting equation 1, now we will write the formula by definition. What is the formula for cross product? If you know, just I'll write here. Cross product formula, general formula that we learned in the first class, we have learned it. I'll write here A vector cross B vector. What is the formula? Modulus A vector, modulus B vector, sin theta n cap. This is the general formula for A cross B. So the same formula I am going to apply for OQ cross OP. Now see, imagine A as OQ and B as OP. So how to write? Modulus A, which means modulus OQ, modulus B, modulus OP vector, sin theta is nothing but angle between OQ and OP. If you see the diagram, the angle between OQ and OP is A minus B. N cap is present, no? Instead of that, we should write K vector. What is the meaning of N cap? N cap is nothing but unit vector perpendicular to both A vector and B vector. If you see, even if you see this diagram, this is A vector. So, and A vector suppose lies in x axis and B vector lies in y axis. Then this will be the vector which is perpendicular to both A and B. Therefore, this is nothing but Z axis. So unit vector in Z axis is taken as K vector. Because of that only we are writing in place of n cap, we are writing K vector. So mod OQ vector cross OP vector is equal to, since circle is a unit circle, mod OQ is nothing but radius 1, mod OP vector radius 1. So these two will go, only this remains. This is taken as second equation. Now from 1 and 2, this is RHS of equation 2 is written here. And OQ cross OP, even if you see first equation, that is also OQ cross OP. So RHS and that RHS is this. This is the RHS of first equation. And since they are equal, cancel K vector on both sides and get the final result. Sin A minus B is equal to sin A cos B minus cos A sin B. So this is how we will prove for sin. Similarly, we will see one more problem in the same method. Prove by vector method, sin A plus B. If you see the previous sum, it is sin A minus B. This is A plus B. And the answer is sin A cos B plus cos A sin B. So I said whenever plus is present here, we should draw a circle. What is the name of the circle? What is the name of the circle? Many times I told you this is the circle is called unit circle. So first draw a circle, mark x-axis, y-axis, origin. Take 2 points P and Q, P at first quadrant, Q in the fourth quadrant. When we should take like this? If it is plus. Minus means what we have to do? Take both the points in the first quadrant. Since plus is present, take 1 point in the first quadrant, other point in the fourth quadrant. So PQ, join OP. OP makes an angle A with x-axis. OQ makes angle B with x-axis. So total angle will be A plus B. This is OP and OQ. What is angle between OP and OQ? A plus B. Okay. Since the angle is A, the point P is nothing but cos A comma sin A. Since here the angle is B, the point Q can be written as cos B comma minus sin B. Why I am writing minus sin B? Can you guess why I am writing minus sin B? Because this Q lies in the fourth quadrant. So plus minus should come. So after drawing this diagram, why I am writing I vector, j vector? I vector is a unit vector on x-axis. J vector is the unit vector on y-axis. So after drawing the diagram, we will go for the proof. How to start the proof? So if you see this, these are all, I think you are thorough with how to write OP vector, OL plus LP. So I need not explain this. Already I have explained this. Similarly, OQ can be written like this. Here y minus means, see the diagram, minus sin B, j vector. Since we are doing sin A plus B, we should use cross product. Whenever cross product comes, first OQ, then OP. Remember anti-clockwise direction. OQ cross OP is equal to, first row carries ijk. What is OQ? Coefficient of OQ is cos B minus sin B, k is absent, so 0. Similarly, OP means cos A sin A, k is absent, so cos A sin A 0. Expand this. So for I you will get only 0, for j also 0, plus k vector into sin A cos B plus since minus is coming, already one minus will be there. So plus cos A sin B, expanding. Again, since these two become 0, only this remains. This is taken as equation number 1. By definition, this we know what is the formula for cross product. Modulus OQ, modulus OP, sine of angle between OQ and OP is nothing but A plus B. So in place of theta, put A plus B. In place of n cap, use k vector, because k vector is a vector which is perpendicular to both A and B. So OQ cross OP is equal to this, and this will become 1 because of unit circle. So only this remains. So from first equation and second equation, see both the equations LHS are same. Therefore I can equate RHS. So write this RHS and write this RHS and equate them. K getting cancelled, and sin A plus B is equal to sin A cos B plus cos A sin B is the result that we needed to prove. So almost in the same model we have seen 4 problems. All 4 are very important sums. So you should work it out and practice those 4 problems in a separate notebook. Now we will go for the next sum. Problem number 9. Prove by vector method that the perpendiculars are otherwise called as altitudes. Prove by vector method that the perpendiculars, the other name is altitudes, from the vertices to the opposite sides of a triangle are, again I will read, prove by vector method that the perpendiculars, or otherwise called as altitudes, from the vertices to the opposite sides of a triangle are concurrent.